Hi there, Brian Terry, and welcome to the Disability Digest live Q&A for the week. Today's topic is about how to survive the wait until your first Social Security disability check arrives in the bank. So on the header of today's event, I said tips to help you survive the wait, because I'll be candid with you, there is no easy way to go without money or a lot of money to survive the wait. But what we put together is the top tips that our members have been using here since 2006 when we started. We've started collecting these and adding little pieces to it. So I'm going to give you the live version. This is one of the segments of our Social Security Disability Approval course that we have. So here they are. The first one, the tip is to win your case quickly. Might sound like an obvious tip, but if you look at the statistics of getting approved and your original application, there's nationally a 32% chance of getting approved. There are Social Security disability companies out there that have cases that win 85% of their cases without them going to a hearing. I'll use that as kind of a benchmark. And what we have seen for members that have gone through and done exactly what needs to be done, they have significantly increased their odds. So let's say you can increase your odds somewhere between 40 and 80%, right? That's better than 32. Doesn't mean it's 100, but that means that you're getting paid usually within 6 to 10 months rather than 3 years, 36 months. So first tip, win your case quickly. To win your case quickly is to do it right or have somebody do it right for you. All right. Second one is group insurance. If you're looking and watching this message and you're still employed and you don't have short-term, long-term disability insurance, I'd take a long, hard look at doing it, because that usually is 60% of your income that you're earning now. And most of those policies out there that we see will pay you that 60% for 2 years. That's pretty standard what we see. 60% is not 100, and in some cases you can buy more than that, but that's the general plain vanilla long-term disability, short-term disability solution. That gives you some money, okay? Better than no money. Next is state disability. It's not a very common that you'll find this, but the most common is California, and then there's Hawaii, Rhode Island, New Jersey, and New York have state disability programs at the time of this recording. But these short-term state disability programs could be a resource for you as an additional source to a short-term, long-term disability solution, or if you don't have that. So take a look if you're in one of those states and how that works. What we typically see in those programs is you get a certain bucket of money that you can use, and once that's used up, boom, it's done. Okay. Next one is back benefits that you are going to receive. Using those and leveraging those as loans. So if you look at, let's say that you file your disability case today and you have been out of work for 15 months. You could possibly collect 10 months of back benefits. These are months that Social Security has not paid you and you should have been getting paid. And yes, you are out 15 months, but there's a 5-month elimination period. But those 10 months that you've been out of work, if your check is $1,500 a month, would be $15,000. So for every month going forward until you get approved, there's another $1,500 that is being added to your, if you will, your bank account at Social Security. So understanding this and using this as leverage for securing housing or whatever it is. We've worked with people where we've actually made phone calls on their behalf to their landlord and said, listen, I know about this individual. They're working through the disability program. This is a general idea what we have. You know, we're not lawyers and we don't secure this in any way. It's just a gesture as an advocate that we've done to them, and it works. It's allowed people to stay in their homes. Okay, I got to scroll down a little bit. I've got a few more on my screen here. And the next benefit that I want to go over with you is SSI, Medicare, Medicaid, also known as welfare. This could be a resource for you if your income is and assets are below, say, $2,000. Just use that as a general benchmark. That means that you're below the poverty line and you would qualify for social assistance, which would be Medicare or Medicaid. Usually it's typically faster to get this approved in some type of social assistance like this, which could be $772 a month at the time of this recording, depending on your state. It'll vary a little bit. And Medicaid. And the value of doing this is, one, you have a little cash. Two, it could potentially solve another problem where you're going to need to be treated going through the disability process, and if you have Medicaid, you can get some degree of treatment. So if you've already applied for disability and you found that your assets have kind of dwindled down, you can go into Social Security or have your disability representative, if you're using one, say, listen, I'd like to get an application in for SSI. And if you're watching the replay, there will be a link and a direction down below where you can follow the steps. You can find your local Social Security office. It'll teach you, show you what to say and what to ask for when you're going to go in and apply for these benefits. So that can help you out. So what will happen here is, once you start receiving these funds, when you get approved for disability, it'll convert. It's not additional money that you're going to receive usually, because your disability check and back benefits would bring you above the poverty line. So this program will go away. You'll get your Social Security disability check, and your Medicaid will be replaced by Medicare. All right. Housing. Here's another one that people have done well with. They have creatively leveraged their current house. Maybe they've Airbnb'd it. We know people that have done that. They rent out a room on a more permanent basis for individuals, get a roommate, have an extra section of their house. They've done that, which has brought in some money. You can rent, you know, here in the Northeast where we are, you can rent rooms in a section of a house for $600, $700, $800 a month. And, you know, that could make a big difference for you. So I would certainly explore that. There are agencies that you can use if you want to move out of your house into another home with somebody that has a like situation. There's home share programs that you can go to and say, listen, I'd like to go live in a home in a certain neighborhood, and I have these types of, you know, I'll be around and I could do provide some assistance that you could barter with. People have done that as well. They've used the home share program. So those are two ideas. Here's the last, or not last one, but another one. If you are in your late 60s, or not late 60s, but 61, 62, or if you're over 62 and you have not taken your Social Security retirement yet, here's a consideration for you. If you go and you get your Social Security retirement, you can go in and apply for that if you're 62 or over, and you can get that like within 30 days. So we just worked with John in California, and he had his in 10 days. Over the phone, called Social Security, they set it all up. He had a check coming into his bank account within 10 days. Now, if you're working on your disability application, still continue your disability application, because the amount of your disability benefits is usually about 40% more than your early retirement amount. And there's lots of other benefits for applying for your Social Security disability other than the check difference. rather than just riding out your Social Security early retirement. So in this John example, his check amount for disability was $1,376, $1,376. His early retirement was $740. So the $740 is coming into his account right now. He's got that money coming in. He's going through the disability application process. When the disability gets approved, he will go up to the $1,300 and some odd dollar amount. And he just reverts. So again, I mentioned this in some of the other work that we're doing. One way to look at your disability amount is that when you get approved for disability, it's similar to waiting until you're 66 and a half, if that's your full retirement age, and getting your benefits then. Okay? So definitely check that out if you're in the 62 range, 3, 4, 5, etc. That's another thing. So working while going through the disability approval process. At the time of this recording, the regulations for Social Security say that you can earn up to $1,220 and you can apply for your disability benefits. All right, that's better than 1,000, right? The challenge with these cases, historically within the last few years and especially now, is they're really difficult to get approved. And the reason for that is Social Security looks at somebody that's working and they say, well, geez, you know what? Maybe if you had some better treatment, or if you had a different job, you could work full-time. So just a word of caution, those are the regulations, and you know, that's what we face. However, I will include in the replay here success stories from 2 individuals that have recently worked and gone through the disability approval process with, one was a CPR instructor and the other one was an insurance agent. And they have successfully done it, and they have some different nuances for it. So if you are going to do this, just be aware of the challenges that you may face. You need to have your case really, really tight. We see these cases where people are working, definitely going to a hearing, going out 3 years. But if you are going to have that mindset where, you know, I have to work, need to work for whatever reason, you know, the regulations certainly allow you to do this. Cases, yes, they do get approved. Just understand that there's pros and cons to doing that. All right. So those are my top tips that I have, that we have collected from our members for going through the disability approval process. I hope you find this valuable in your quest for disability. I hope you enjoy the work that we do here at the Disability Digest. If you do, give it a like, give it a share. We appreciate you spreading the word about the work that we do. It certainly helps us out. We're like a radio or a TV station where all this programming, lessons, courses is free, but the more members we have, the more sponsors we have, the more money we generate, so we can continue to keep your membership free and add more value to it. So thank you if you like the work that we do and you share it with others. Make it a great day. This has been Brian Terrian from the Disability Digest.